Hey historians, welcome to Decoding the Test and a quick look at civil rights. As always, if you want that higher level score, make sure you know all the details from this time period that you see on the slide in front of you. Now what we're going to look at today are the specific areas that the test is focused on again and again and again. Now these can be boiled down to a few key categories. First, the Chicano movement. Second, the Voting Rights Act. Then the Civil Rights Act. Then segregation. We'll also take a look at the various approaches to the civil rights movement and the prior leaders to the movement. But today, we're going to look at Lyndon Johnson's Great Society. Now, when we say Great Society, kind of be aware that's just a tagline. That's just a tagline, a label for all the government programs that Lyndon Baines Johnson wanted to push through. It's an equivalent to, say, Franklin Roosevelt's New Deal. You know, it's just a tagline. The Great Society kind of actually gets, overlooked in history for a couple reasons. It gets overlooked because it kind of pales in comparison to FDR's New Deal. It gets overlooked because Vietnam kind of overshadows it. It gets overlooked because the civil rights movement overshadows it. But the reason we're talking about it as part of the civil rights movement is many of the people that the Great Society was designed to help were the same people that Martin Luther King Jr. and Cesar Chavez are fighting for civil rights. So they are interconnected. Now the overall goal of the Great Society programs was to alleviate poverty. The overall goal of the Great Society was basically to get rid of abject poverty. And to do that, it did several things. It created, for instance, Medicare and Medicaid, which we still have today. It created the Department of Housing and Urban Development, which is a cabinet-level post that we still have today. And you see that on the question in front of you. You see a few of these things put out there, and it's asking you, hey, the passage of this legislation resulted in what? Answer choice D, the creation of programs to alleviate poverty. That was the whole idea of the Great Society. So if you're looking at, say, a box like this one, look for Medicare and Medicaid, look for housing and urban development, and also look for the years. Anything between 64 and 68 would be by LBJ, and that would be part of the Great Society programs. Here's another slightly different question, but same overall emphasis. You get a couple of Great Society programs: Head Start, Job Corps, HUD, Housing and Urban Development, and Medicare. And it's asking you to basically tell me what HUD and Medicare did. And the answer choice is A. The Housing and Urban Development, it ensured the availability of affordable housing. Medicare provided health insurance for senior citizens. So what do you need to know from the Great Society? You need to know that it's LBJ's programs to alleviate poverty. It's enacted between 1964 and 1968, though usually it's 64 through 66 where the great bulk of these things are enacted. You need to know that Medicare and Medicaid is part of this. You need to know that the creation of the Agency of Housing and Urban Development is part of this. If you know these things, you should be able to get any Great Society question right on the test. If there's no questions, comments, or screams of angst, I'll see you guys in the next video.